We have made it to Charm City, where tonight will be the first official game for the new-look Maryland Terrapins with new-look head coach Buzz Williams. Jackson Wantman, I'll be your sideline reporter today, joined alongside Ryan Martin, who will be on the call for WMEC Sports. Ryan, a lot of excitement for the Terps. They had a great season last season. Thought we were maybe going to build off of it, but all the hoopla, all the transfer portal excitement, all the unknowns, we're going to find out a lot about tonight.
It's finally time, Jackson. You go back to March where Maryland loses in the Sweet 16 to eventual champion Florida, and this was a team with a lot of juice, a lot of controversy under former head coach Kevin Willard. Over 200 days later, this is a completely new, not only Maryland men's basketball team, completely new athletic department overall. A new AD, a new era under Buzz Williams, and 15 new players. Not a single returning letter winner on this team for Maryland. There's so many questions to be asked, so many different things to figure out, and it all starts with the season opening game against Coppin State, where we're here at CFG Bank Arena.
Yeah, it's amazing. You talked about a lot of the new look guys. We saw a little bit. We got a little bit of a preview in the exhibition against UMBC. And a few players said this after the game too, that they kind of looked like they hadn't played with each other before, which is true. We'll see how it translates tonight. Now let's look into the meat and bones of this team. Obviously, the team is facing some injuries. They didn't have a few of these new players. The Terps will be without Miles Rice and Solomon Hill tonight, but Diggy Coit will be available along with Isaiah Watts. So it should be interesting to see what Buzz Williams does with this starting lineup in this rotation.
It's going to be really interesting to see. 15 new players. You got 4 of those guys you brought over from Texas A&M, and 2 guys who got serious time, and Solomon Washington and Pharrell Payne. Washington's hurt. He's not going to be in this game. He'll be out for a little bit. And then George Turkson Jr. and Andre Mills both redshirted under Williams last year. So exactly to your point, that 82-81 exhibition win over UMBC, a lot of feeling through. Jackson, today's going to be more of the same, I think, for this Maryland team, but just excited to see what this team actually looks like on the court together after so much talk.
Now, obviously, Coppin State, a heavy underdog, but so is UMBC when they took on the Terps. What's your key for each team tonight to get the win?
I think for Maryland, it's all about playing its brand of basketball. What is that brand of basketball, though, right? So for Buzz Williams, we know the emphasis on rebounding, the emphasis on second chance opportunities. I think Maryland needs to settle in and not let that anxiety be something that keeps them back. And for Coppin State, the only powerful opponent that you'll face this year, I think it's all about not letting that moment get too big. It's a neutral site here, so being part of it as we step aside for the national anthem and be right back from Baltimore.
All right, as we welcome you back from the great national anthem. So we were just talking about takeaways. Ryan, I know you gave yours. For me, when I look at Maryland, this is a new team, like we said, building off what we said earlier about them not really having much experience playing together. For me tonight, I'm looking at them to find one thing that's going to go right for them, whether it's we play really well in transition, or we play really well in the pick and roll game, or we're really good at getting the three-point shot going. If this team can find one thing to build off where they can take into Friday against Georgetown and say, okay, hey, maybe this is a building block for us as a team, And if you're Coppin State, take advantage of the fact that this is a new team. If you have more continuity, go with it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is a really interesting non-conf slate for Maryland Jackson. It starts here against Coppin State, a team in the Eagles that won just 4 conference games in the Mid-Eastern Atlantic last season. Then you got Georgetown coming up in a rivalry game that we haven't seen in close to a decade. Again, we're 40 minutes away from thinking about that game against Georgetown, but really interested to see if Maryland can put things together, put something on film before that game on Friday against Georgetown. You got a trip to Marquette coming up. A lot that needs to happen in the near future before Big Ten play starts. But you can't get through that without getting through this Hall of Fame series game. Such a cool environment to be here in Baltimore at CFG Bank Arena for the special one of 2 Maryland teams.
Yeah, no, it's great. Obviously so appreciative of this opportunity to be here courtside. And as the starting lineups are being introduced for both teams, that'll do it for us on the WMEC Sports Basketball pregame show. Ryan Martin and Adam Lipman will be on the call for you. I'll be on the sideline. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Kelly for the win! Maryland takes down #1 Virginia!
Handoff goes to Littleton rather quickly. Littleton breaks through into the secondary. Littleton's got room to run. He breaks through. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Antoine Littleton.
Hart, nice move. Step back 3, Hakeem Hart. Oh my goodness! Hakeem Hart just broke the Wisconsin defense and drilled a 3. There's a dish inside May. Jump shot and she scores. Libby May with her 4th goal of the game. And the Terps have their largest lead. It's now 10-6 Maryland.
Johnston takes the kick and chips it home. Into the right-hand corner. An easy goal for Johnston. His 2nd penalty kick goal in as many weeks. And the Terps pull ahead 3-2 with just under 21 to play here at Ludwig.
Now Sam Hoiberg driving in, deflected and stolen away. Collected by Scott. Young coming in, loves for Scott, who hammers it home. Dante Scott from Jameer Young, and Nebraska needs a timeout.
10 on the shot clock now. Jack Brennan left out. Brennan shot, rips it to the top right corner. Jack Brennan flexes at the Maryland bench. They go up by 5. Running back blinking finish. First down, looking to throw. Sending it deep down the field. It is intercepted by Jacorian Bennett. Jacorian Bennett might have just put the Duke's Mayo Bowl on ice for the Maryland Terrapins.
Maryland men's basketball last played in a meaningful game 221 days ago. A Sweet 16 loss to eventual champion Florida. Now, to present day, nothing looks the same. A new athletic director, new head coach, and 15 new players leave a plethora of questions to be asked out of a Terps team coming off its most successful season in recent memory. But now we start getting answers. To tip off the college basketball season, Maryland is in Baltimore taking on Coppin State in the Hall of Fame Series Classic. The Buzz Williams era begins for Maryland men's basketball, and we're honored to bring it to you live on WMUC Sports. With Jackson Wantman sidelining today, and alongside Adam Lipman, I'm Ryan Martin with you, and so glad you can be with us this Monday night at CFG Bank Arena, just across the street from Camden Yards here in Baltimore. Adam, so much excitement, so much hoopla going into this season for Maryland men's basketball. Finally, we get to see it on the court tonight in Baltimore.
It's certainly an exciting night for the Terps, who are featuring almost a brand new team, only retaining 1 player from last season. And while they are the heavy favorites against Coppin State, they can't take this game lightly. They were playing close against UMBC in the exhibition. They'll look for sharper play tonight.
15 new players for Maryland. That includes bringing in the 11 transfers that come with this team. Out of 6 different schools, your starting lineup for the first game under Buzz Williams, Elijah Saunders, the UVA transfer, alongside Pharrell Payne. He's the center who comes over from Texas A&M with Buzz Williams, along with freshman Darius Adams, Andre Mills, Guillermo Delapino, and it is Andre Mills. Now, this one started off in Baltimore. Terps going from right to left. Darius Adams, sensational 5-star freshman on the right side. Swung over to Mills, inside to Payne. One bounce on the right block, passed out the top of the key. Adams thinks about the shot, spin moves, he'll do a fadeaway, and off the front of the rim. Rebound goes off of Coppin State. The Eagles coming into this game, season opener after a 6-24 season to go. Led by Larry Stewart in his 4th year at the helm. 20 seconds in, Guillermo Delapino inbounds to Payne, goes right up with it from the middle of the block. No good. Rebound goes to Taj Thuri and Coppin State. Here come the Eagles down the right side. Denarni Hall, right-handed layup, no good. Rebound goes to Elijah Saunders in Maryland. Terps on their 2nd possession of the day here at CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. Still scoreless. Adams on the right block up to Saunders, atop the key. Picks and fires a 3-pointer, just short off the front of the rim. Rebound goes again to the Eagles. Second defensive board by Taj Threet. Both teams missing some shots to start. Maryland goes 0 for 3. Here's the point guard, Torrin Andrews for Coppin State. Hands it off to Hall down the right wing. Guarded by Saunders. Layup off the glass and good on the right side. Coppin State scores the first 2 points in this game, and it comes a minute in. Guillermo Delapino up to Darius Adams, the 6'5 freshman quarterbacks the offense. Now to the right wing with Mills. Back over to Adams. Swung to Delapino. Saunders on the right block. Over to Adams. He comes down the right side. Pump fakes, puts up a shot. No good, but the foul is going to go against the Eagles. Torrin Andrews picks up the first one. Maryland goes to the line. Coppin State up 2-0, a minute and a half into this one.
And this is a game where we're going to be seeing heavy action in the paint frequently. These are two teams that do not shoot for three quite often, and expects to be a physical game, and it'll just be which team can outlast the other.
Now, I talk about physicality. That's what Darius Adams showed in that exhibition against UMBC last week. His first free throw is pure. Coppin State 2, Maryland 1, 90 seconds into this game. Adams, the consensus top 25 player, a 5-star out of Manchester, New Jersey. He's the 4th highest ranked recruit in Maryland history. His second free throw is up, and that one swishes as well. Darius Adams, 2 free throws tie this game up at 2. Adams coming off playing all 40 minutes, 19 points in that exhibition win against UMBC. Here are the Eagles. It's again with Torrin Andrews. He works on the left side against Adams. Bounce pass on the right side. Taj Thweet working on Delapino. Goes into the paint. It's stolen away by Adams. He intercepts a pass, a 4-on-3 break. Left side, Payne, no dribble, and a slam. An emphatic first field goal of the 2025 season for Maryland. It's a dunk for Pharrell Payne, and a timeout called by Coppin State. Maryland 4, Coppin State 2. 18 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half. 4 quick Terps points cause an Eagle timeout here in Baltimore. Off the inbound, it's a miss by Coppin State. 2 minutes in, Maryland 4, Coppin State 2. It goes as a foul on Darius Adams. First team foul for Maryland. It's just an inbound for Coppin State under its own attacking shot. Inbound with Cameron Sparrow. He finds it on the right side. Again, it's Torrin Andrews. Andrews guarded by Adams, picks up his dribble. Bounce pass on the left side. It finds its way to Koenig. Koenig loses it right in front of the hoop, and this one's another turnover for Coppin State. Possession goes back to Maryland. Andre Mills to bring it up. The transfer over from Texas A&M, playing in his first collegiate game after redshirting last year. Saunders, left corner, Del Pino thinks about a three. Back up top, left wing three for now from Mills. It's good. Mills has the first three-pointer for Maryland this season. Terps 7, Eagles 2, 2.5 minutes in. Here comes Coppin State. Past the left side with Andrews as Buzz Williams quarterbacks the defense in his first game as the Maryland headman. On the right side, Demarni Hall, layup, no good off the front of the rim. Del Pino, the rebound for Maryland. Terps on a 3-on-4 break. Maryland will slow it down. Darius Adams, a three from left wing. That one's too strong. Rebound goes to Coppin State. Hall into the paint. Del Pino falls on it. Maryland wants to call a timeout and says they have it. And Buzz Williams jumps all the way over the court with another turnover created by Maryland.
And this is quite the energetic Maryland bench. They're jumping up and down, partially because of how exciting it is to be here in Baltimore to kick off the season. It's the first time these two teams have met in a venue other than their own.
Maryland 7, Coppin State 2. 3 minutes into this game, two substitutes check in. It's Diggy Coit, the transfer from Kansas, and Isaiah Watts, the transfer from Washington State. Pass goes in. It finds its way to Thweet. Up top to Andrews. He thinks about a top of the key three-pointer. Instead picks up his dribble. Down to the left wing. With Cameron Sparrow, it's stolen away by Coit. No one to beat. Coit will go up, right-handed layup off the top of the glass, and he is fouled. Torrin Andrews tried to get back in transition. Defending the 5'11" graduate plus guard out of Columbus, New Jersey. Coit draws the foul. It's the second foul on Andrews. 7-2 Maryland still.
And Elijah Saunders was in a bit of disbelief there as he tried to save that. And Maryland are just happy they got the foul call there.
Coit transferring over from Kansas, but he's been a journeyman so far. His 5th year of collegiate basketball. Really looking to fill a role, whether it's in a bench or a starter spot. As Buzz Williams has mentioned, he's going to really look into this team and see what the best 5 are to put on the court. He'll make the first free throw. Maryland 8, Coppin State 2.
And as Buzz Williams is trying to figure things out, he's dealing with a lot of injuries right now that will change his perception on the team. So for a lot of guys right now, there's a great opportunity to take a job that might not have been theirs if everyone was healthy.
Second free throw for Coit is good as well. Maryland starts this game 4 for 4 from the line. 9-2 Terps. 2 minutes and change in. Maryland goes with a half-court press now. Darius Adams, Diggy Coit waving their hands in the air. Coppin State will break it. Here comes Hassan Perkins. Perkins, it's a screen from Koenig. Still Darius Adams on him on the left wing. 3.5 minutes in. Here's Sparrow on the right side. Bounce pass inside to Koenig. He picks it up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Puts up the right-handed layup, and it falls. Second field goal made for Coppin State. First for Koenig. 9-4 Maryland. Diggy Coit hauls out the play. Passes it over to Darius Adams on the left wing. Fakes the pass to Saunders. Instead takes it to the right side. 3 from Isaiah Watts. It's good. Pass over to Watts. He makes the first shot he attempts. 12-4 Terps. Watts averaged the most points per game by anyone on this Maryland roster a year ago. He had 11 with the Wildcats a season ago at Washington State. Now he guards Hall. A handoff to Taj Thweet. Pass over to Tyler Koenig. Works on the left side, picks up his dribble. Guarded by George Turkson Jr. Inside to Thweet, 7 seconds on a shot clock. A mid-range shot, falls. A swish for Taj Thweet. That goes to his first 2 points of this game, 12-6 Maryland. Diggy Coit takes the screen from Saunders. He'll try a left wing three-pointer. It's good again. 2 straight threes made by Maryland. First 3 points of the season for Elijah Saunders. 15-6 Terps. Maryland starts this game 4 for 8 shooting. Coppin State 3 of 5. Perkins tries to dribble onto the left wing. He's going to be fouled by Isaiah Watts and bring us to our first media timeout. The Terps have made 4 of their last 5 field goals. It's highlighted by 3-pointers by Isaiah Watts and Elijah Saunders. Maryland 15, Coppin State 6 at CFG Bank Arena here in Baltimore. We'll be right back on WMUC Sports. Back here at CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. It's the season opener for Maryland men's basketball and Coppin State. With 15 minutes, 10 seconds left to go until halftime, the Terps have made 4 of their last 5 shots, leading the Eagles 15-6. Back alongside Adam Lipman, I'm Ryan Martin, now joined by our sideline reporter, Jackson Wantman. And Jackson, this is a Maryland team that's looking to build something special under Buzz Williams.
Yeah, well, Ryan, as we said, it's a season debut for the Terps, but it's also the first game with Buzz Williams as a head coach. This is his 4th head coaching stop across his career. It's remarkable, his longevity. But how has he fared in his openers with his previous teams? Well, let's take it back to 2006 in Buzz's one and only year as a head coach of the New Orleans Privateers. That was an 82-65 loss to Vermont, but since then it has been smooth sailing for Coach Williams. 2008, his debut with Marquette was a 95-64 win versus Houston Baptist. In 2014, with the Virginia Tech Hokies, it was a 71-46 W over Maryland Eastern Shore, not too far from here. And then his last stop, Texas A&M Aggies. It was a 77-63 win against Northwestern State in 2019. That equates to a 3-1 record and a 3-game winning streak for Coach Williams. He's going to look to make that 4 tonight, and a new team and a new conference. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks so much, Jackson. Appreciate your reporting down courtside over here as we get back underway. 15 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half between Maryland and Coppin State. Jackson was just mentioning it, Adam, a 3-1 record in season openers for Buzz Williams. That might be a Buzz thing to win this game, but certainly unlike Buzz's team so far, to start 3 of 5 shooting from three-point land. 3 of Maryland's 4 made field goals from behind the arc.
And I mean, Ryan, you talked about it earlier, but since we're so early in the season and this is almost a brand new team, Buzz Williams has the flexibility to experiment, especially in a game where Maryland have, you could say, a big talent advantage over this Coppin State team. They're going to try and use this opportunity to grow as they move through November.
The Eagles playing out of the MEAC. Finished second to last in that conference last year at 6-24. It's the Eagles to inbound. Pass goes into Hassan Perkins, but quickly a foul called on the right side. It goes against George Turkson on the foul. First foul for Turkson, 3rd team foul. Maryland up 15-6. 15 minutes to go in the opening frame. Turkson was special in that exhibition win. Played 22 minutes, had 11 points, was the only player on either team not to miss a field goal. Goes 3 for 3 with a big 3-pointer in the 4th quarter. On the inbound, it's Cameron Sparrow, a returner from last season with Coppin State. Quick inbound, shot from Thweet, and it's short on the left block. First offensive rebound, though, goes to Sparrow. Pass back out top of the key with Hassan Perkins. He calls out the play offensively by tapping his head with his right hand. Working on Isaiah Watts down left wing. He'll pass it inside to Thweet, and this one's going to be a turnover. Thrown out of bounds as Perkins had looked like he was going for a jump shot. Maybe it was his teammate Thweet who thought the same. Terps 15, Eagles 6. Less than 15 minutes to go in the first half. Pass to Watts. Now left side to Turkson. Hand off to Watts. Another 3-pointer. This one's short. Rebound goes to Sparrow, and here come the Eagles in transition. Hassan Perkins down the right wing. Picks up his dribble. Bounce past the left side, but it's another turnover that goes against Coppin State. 2 in a row for the Eagles. Maryland takes back over with 14.5 left.
And that's really been the story of this game so far. These look like 2 even-ish teams, except Maryland are shooting better from 3, and Coppin State are giving away chances. They're going to have to turn this turnover around problem quick, or they're in trouble.
How about that early turnover differential, Adam? 5 turnovers for Coppin State, 0 for Maryland. Maryland turned those 5 turnovers into 7 of its 15 points. George Turkson Jr. to inbound. Your five on the court right now for the Terps read George Turkson, Diggy Coit, Isaiah Watts, Andre Mills, and Pharrell Payne. 3 of the 4 transfers that Williams brought over from Texas A&M. Here's one of them, Andre Mills on the right side. Pass over to Watts on the right corner, and it is going to be a turnover. Off the hands of Isaiah Watts. Really good defense by Taj Thweet, an All-MEAC second-team preseason selection. It goes back with the Eagles down 15-6. George Turkson Jr. checks out of the game for Elijah Saunders. He brings the experience on this Maryland team, having played at both San Diego State and UVA. Khalil Horton past the left side with Perkins. Now down to the right corner with Hall. Hall walks the baseline, guarded by Coit. Pass out to the left side. A mid-range shot from Thweet. This one's going to be too long. Rebound goes to Andre Mills and the Terrapins. Pass out ahead to Isaiah Watts. He'll slow things down on the left side. Mills to Saunders. Swung around on the right side with Coit. This back to a basket. Pass to Pharrell Payne. Has 2 defenders on him. Pass up top to Andre Mills. His three-pointer is too strong. Rebound goes to Taj Thweet and the Eagles. 2-on-3 break with Perkins. Both teams, a lot of turnovers in the last couple of minutes. Handoff to Horton, up top to Hall. Hall works on the right side. Near the baseline. This one's going to be another turnover. Hall can't dribble it inside. Turns it over past the baseline, and Maryland takes over. 13 minutes, 36 seconds left to go in the first half. Terps up 15-6 as the Eagles have had 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. Been scoreless during that stretch. It's brought up by Coit once more. Maryland 15 points, and no one has more points than Andre Mills' 3. He's in a 3-way tie with that. Left side, Darius Adams. Works it now down the right side of the paint. Past Andre Mills. Back to Adams. His right corner three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound. Fought for, but won away by Coppin State and Hall. Then he loses it quickly. Diggy Coit takes it back for Maryland on the steal. Coit thinks about a step-back three-pointer. Instead of pass the left side. Andre Mills' 3. Good. Mills with his second three-pointer for a game-high 6 points. Maryland 18, Coppin State 6. Hassan Perkins wanting to slow things down now. 6-foot senior guard out of Delaware. Inches to the right side, now hands off on the left to Khalil Horton. Back over to Perkins, he's guarded by Coit. Now Turkson brings a double. Hand off to for your air. His shot is no good on the right side. Rebound goes to Pharrell Payne. His first board of the day, now passes to Diggy Coit. Coit, mid-range shot. It's off the front of the rim. And will go as a violation down low. This is going to go back with Coppin State.
You can see Buzz Williams is already fired up. He's trying to give individual coaching out already.
Over the back foul goes on Turkson for his second foul. Turkson, no stranger to being coached by Williams, having redshirted at Texas A&M last season. And now the Lowell, Massachusetts native picks up his second foul. Horton, pass up top. It goes into the hands of Taj Thweet. Hand off to Horton. Back it goes to Thweet. And on the pass to Hall, it's stolen away by Saunders. 2-on-1 break. Saunders, the two-handed flush. Another Maryland dunk leads to a Coppin State field goal, and the first Terp off the bench is Buzz Williams. So go give a two-handed high five to Elijah Saunders. He's up to 5 points as Maryland up to a 20-6 lead. 11 minutes, 57 seconds left in the first half. We'll pick it up in just a moment from CFG Bank Arena. Back at CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, it's a 2025 season opener. Terps up 20-6 over Coppin State with 11 minutes 57 seconds left to go in the first half. And Jackson Wantman, our sideline reporter, joins us now. Jackson, this is a Maryland team with 15 new players, but that chemistry is already there for the Terps.
Yeah, I mean, you guys briefly mentioned it. After that last timeout, the first person out on the floor was Buzz Williams, running over to Elijah Saunders after his slam dunk. He's been clapping for players the entire time. He's been encouraging them. And we go back to the summer too. Multiple players, guys, have come out and said that this is some of the most fun playing basketball that they've had in a while. It's the second or third school for a lot of these guys. It's a new group of people, but they're enjoying it just as much. They had a weekend getaway a couple months ago where they went to a cabin. They had a lot of team bonding, did a lot of activities. It's clear that even though this is a new team, one thing is certain is that they're going to play together and they're going to have fun. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Jackson. Clear that Maryland playing hard under Buzz Williams, a big group of these Terps who have been together since June. Maryland team up 20-6 over Coppin State with 12 minutes to go in the first half. Terps are on an 8-0 run, and since Coppin State scored that first bucket, it's been Maryland who scored 20 of the last 24 points. Leading scorers early on, it's Andre Mills. He's got 2 of Maryland's 4 made three-pointers, 6 points overall to go with a rebound. Elijah Saunders added a three-pointer and that vicious two-handed dunk that sent Coppin State to a timeout. He's got 5 points with a board. Eagles inbound off the timeout. Here's Tyler Koenig, junior from Waldick, New Jersey. Inbounds it as Maryland brings the half-court press again. Jamari Piercy checks in the game. He passes it over to Davion Taylor. Pass over on the left side. It goes to Piercy again. Piercy guarded by Del Pino. Switch comes with Elijah Saunders. Piercy picks up the dribble. Pass to the right side with Khalil Horton. He works on Andre Mills. 2 seconds on the shot clock. The shot from the right side falls. Toilet bowl drop for Khalil Horton. And Coppin State needed that one. It's still Terps 20, Eagles 9. This goes for a 3 on the right wing. Adams quickly coast to the left side. His lefty layup is pure. Darius Adams has his 4th point. Maryland 22, Coppin State 9. Piercy. Pass to the right side with Horton. He walks the baseline on Del Pino. Back up top to Piercy. And now to Koenig atop the key. Koenig versus Pharrell Payne. And they'll say that it was Maryland foul off ball. It goes on Elijah Saunders for his first foul of the game. After that foul, Alex Alston checks in for the first time in his collegiate career. A forward out of Chicago, top player in Illinois. He checks in for Saunders. Inbound pass to Coppin State. And it's tipped out by Pharrell Payne guarding the inbounder. Terps 22, Eagles 9. Final 11 minutes of the first half here from CFG Bank Arena, just across the street from Camden Yards in Baltimore. Piercy claps his hand, inbounds it to Horton on the right side. Works inside on Adams, spin move, left, and puts up a shot. It drops, and the foul. Khalil Horton gets it off the glass on the left side for his 5th point of the season. He now moves to 2 for 2. Foul goes as the first one on Pharrell Payne, and the 6th against Maryland with 10 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first half. Terps still up by 11, 22-11 in favor of Maryland. Khalil Horton, he's the returner from last year with the Eagles, who bring back just 2 players. Horton's one of them after averaging 8 points and 3 rebounds a year ago. He'll make the free throw. Maryland 22, Coppin State 12. Maryland breaks the half-court press now with Guillermo Del Pino. Pass to Andre Mills. Takes a screen from Alston and works down the left block. Puts a layup up with his right hand. He gets it to drop as well. As favorite error dropping in the process. Terps doubling Coppin State 24-12. Pass over on the left side. It's a bounce pass to Davion Linder. Inside to Koenig. One dribble on Alston. He picks it up. Now it's stolen away by Alston. Bodies on the ground, and Andre Mills comes up with it for the Terps. Mills on the right side. Adams thinks about a right wing 3-pointer. Instead, chest pass back out to Mills. He throws up a 2 with his right hand, calling out the offensive play. Mills picks up his dribble. Over to Del Pino on the right wing. And they're going to say Del Pino traveled. The freshman from Cordoba, Spain, making his collegiate debut. He will commit the turnover. He'll come out of this game as well. Pharrell Payne takes a seat 2 for Colin Metcalf, the Northeastern transfer, who makes his Maryland debut. Diggy Coit back into the game. Elijah Saunders will check in as well for Alex Alston. So Maryland going to that bench quickly and often again. Now 9 players already into the game for the Terps. Maryland 24, Coppin State 12. Eagles with the ball. It's into the hands of Davion Taylor. Freshman guard from York, Pennsylvania. Dribbles down left side. He's switched on to by Colin Metcalf. And Metcalf will draw the offensive foul. Possession goes back to the Terps, and just like that, Metcalf is back on the bench. Pharrell Payne had about 30 seconds of game time to take a seat, and he's back in. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Diggy Coit waves his left arm and calls out the play. Maryland up 24-12. Pass on the right side with Darius Adams. And it's stolen away by Linder. Here's a one-on-one with Mills. Goes up with the left hand. Blocked by Mills. An emphatic way to have Maryland's first block of the season. Offensive rebound goes to Coppin State. On the right side, it's Favor Air. And we'll dribble it, and Coppin State retains the pension. But how about the transition block for Andre Mills?
I mean, that was a nice moment of redemption for Mills there to shut that down. And we've seen a big defensive differential today. Coppin State struggling to stop Maryland from putting sequences together, and the Terps just rolling right through.
So off the offensive rebound, though, it's Mills who fouls Tyler Koenig. That's Mills' first foul of the game, his 7th team foul. And now Colin Metcalf comes back in. Pharrell Payne checks out quickly with Koenig making the first free throw. We're just missing it. Instead, 24-12 still. A lot of quick substitutions for Buzz Williams in his Maryland debut.
And I mean, I think that's just the nature of the first game of the season, that while he does want to push some people like Pharrell Payne to reach the 39-minute mark was talked about, he's not going to want to run guys in the ground when 3 players are already out.
Corrected again. Koenig makes both free throws. Now offensively, here comes Maryland with Diggy Coit. Pass up top. Mills' three-pointer, top of the key. It drops again. Andre Mills up to a team-high 11 points. First one in double figures, and he's 3 for 4 from deep. Terps up 27-14. Down the right block, Jamari Piercy puts up a shot. It's too strong. Rebound goes to Horton and Coppin State. He walks the left baseline. Pass back out top. It goes to Linder. His 3 from the left wing is short. This rebound goes to Diggy Coit and the Terps. Maryland's made each of its last 4 shots. Here comes Coit. Crossing over to the right side. Draws a switch with Kolig. Down the right wing, up to Saunders now. It's up the key. His 3 drops again. Saunders has a second three-pointer. Maryland's on a 6-0 run, and the Terps up 30-14. Maybe this is how Williams plays basketball. 6 for 11, Maryland is shooting the long ball.
And for Buzz Williams, the glasses are officially off. We have to see if he's angry about a recent play or what could have caused that.
The Terps had the second, or it was A&M under Williams last season, had the second fewest makes from three-point land last year, shooting just 31%. Piercy, shot clock expiring, launches a shot from left wing, it drops down. Maryland 30, Coppin State 17. Terps will call a timeout. Coppin State back into the bonus, but Maryland's made each of its last 5 shots, so it's got the Terps up 13 points as the under 8 media timeout. We'll be right back from CFG Bank Arena with Maryland up 30-17 in the 2025 season opener. Under 8 to play in the first half here from CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, where the 2025 season opened up for Maryland and Coppin State. Terps up by 13, 30-17 over the Eagles, where we're now joined alongside by our sideline reporter, Jackson Wantman again. And Jackson, this is a Maryland team that's made each of its last 5 shots. That intensity is certainly showing for the Terps, and that's been a long time coming for Maryland.
Yeah, well, Ryan, you talk about the intensity. Look at this Maryland team. They are running up and down the floor on offense. They're going quickly in the half court. They've also forced 9 turnovers, and they're playing that tenacious half court defense. And you said it. There's a reason for that, and it's a long time coming. This type of conditioning is due to Buzz Williams' infamous Buzz's Boot Camp. And if you don't know what that is, well, that is Coach Williams' demanding and grind of his preseason conditioning program that he does with all of his teams. He's done it all of his stops. Like I said, it's a preseason conditioning program during the preseason. It is demanding. It consists of, like I said, long conditioning, physical drills. It's an emphasis on mental toughness. They all start early in the morning as during the offseason. When I say early like players are there probably before the sun goes up. Ooh. And they might be done before that. And when we talk about that team bonding too, Ryan, it's those things that bring a team closer together. Sure, a game like this and playing is fun, but when you're there with those guys in the early mornings, that's how you become a team, and you're seeing the stamina and the hustle paying off for the Terps right here.
Thanks so much, Jackson. Yeah, you're exactly right. A team with 15 new guys, and all of a sudden you have these 4 a.m. wake-ups in the middle of July and August. Certainly brings a team closer together, playing with more intensity, just like we saw in that exhibition win against UMBC last week. And here in the season opener against Coppin State, where Maryland has made each of its last 5 shots, 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Terps up 30-17. Adam, that shooting has certainly been a factor for Maryland, making 6 of 11 threes so far.
This is the benefit of experimenting early, because Maryland are seeing they might have something in three-point shooting. They might want to continue working on that through their non-conference slate, because it's all about getting ready for the Big Ten.
Yeah, leading that three-point department so far, Andre Mills, a game-high 11 points, 3 of 4 from deep. It's Diggy Quit with Maryland off the break. Elijah Saunders, their top of the key three-pointer, is no good. Rebound goes to Piercy and Coppin State. His Eagles down by 13, 7.5 to play in the first half. Piercy working on Isaiah Watts. He's joined on the court for Maryland by Elijah Saunders, Darius Adams, Colin Metcalf, and Diggy Coit. Davion Linder. And off the left side, a 3 from Khalil, and it's good. Khalil Horton has just the 3rd three-pointer of the day for Coppin State. Eagles still trail 30-20. Down left baseline it goes. Darius Adams, again a quick layup from the freshman. Adams adds 2 more to make it 32-20 Maryland. Adams is up to 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Inside, Tyler Koenig goes to the right-handed layup. It's no good. Diggy Coit brings down his 3rd rebound of the day. Coit works on the right side. His right-handed layup, coast to coast, goes Diggy. Layup is good. Make it 34-20 Maryland. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the first half. And Coppin State is going to call a timeout. It goes with their head coach, Larry Stewart.
Seems to be a miscommunication with Pharrell Payne, who looked like he fell down briefly there, Ryan.
The game clock has been reset to 6.
Or just a game clock reset needed. Still the first game for everyone, right? Getting all the kinks worked out. It's officially up to 6 minutes, 42 seconds left in the first half, so no timeout called by Stewart. Still 2 in this half for the Eagles, who inbound it now. Goes with Hassan Perkins. Back up top to Piercy. 18 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Piercy trapped out, and it's stolen away by Isaiah Watts, but then quickly it's stolen back by Hassan Perkins. Perkins on the right wing. And we're going to have a shot clock change now. Back up to 27 seconds on the shot clock. 6:22 on the game clock. Maryland up 34-20. And it's Hassan Perkins, the inbounder. Graduate transfer. Comes over from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Passes it over to Piercy. Over to Tyler Koenig. He plays with 4 points in this game. He hands it off to Khalil Horton. Horton picks up his dribble. Left-handed floater is no good. Rebound goes to Isaiah Watts, his first board this season. Mills brings it in for Maryland. Into the teeth of the defense, and it's going to go off of Mills. Great defense from Khalil Horton. He forced the miss on Mills. It goes off the Texas A&M transfer as well, and with under 6 minutes left in the first half, Eagles ball, Maryland up 34-20.
And I mean, for Coppin State right there, they had 4 guys on Mills, and they were able to get the stop. But you won't always have that manpower advantage. So if they want to try and make a comeback in this game, right now they're trailing by 14. They're going to have to improve their defensive effort and have more plays like that.
Got to force a couple more Maryland misses, too. That was the Terps' first miss in their last 8 shots. Bringing up the floor to Son Perkins. Hand off to Thweet. A lot of action behind the arc. It goes back to Perkins. On the right baseline. And off to Tyler Koenig. He passes it to the right side. It goes to the hands of Cameron Sparrow. Sparrow, down left block. Hands it off to Hall. But it's stolen away by the Terps. Here's Diggy Coit on left side. To the right block with Elijah Saunders. He's back against the basket. Against Thweet. Goes to the right-handed jumper. No good. Offensive rebound goes to Pharrell Payne. He pulls it away. Gets 3 Coppin State Eagles in the air. Puts up a second chance bucket. And will draw the foul off the miss. Foul goes on Taj Thweet. His first foul on 4th team foul. For the first time this season, Pharrell Payne goes to the line. His Terps up 34-20 with 5 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the first half. Payne, one of the main transfers who came over from Texas A&M. His first free throw is up, and it's good. Payne's up to 3 points now and 1 of 1 from the line.
And last year, Payne was also a good shooter from the free throw line, shooting over 55% of the time. So this is a skill that's in his wheelhouse.
Came over from Texas A&M. Does have Big Ten experience by starting his career at Minnesota, his hometown team. Makes 2 of 2. Maryland up 36-20 now. 5 minutes and change left to go until halftime. Hassan Perkins on the left side. Maryland's largest lead so far today. Terps up by 16 and on a 6-0 run. Perkins picks up his dribble. Pass to the top of the key with Tyler Koenig. Works on Pharrell Payne. Big man on big man. As Koenig dribbles in. Picks it up. And a bounce pass over to Hall. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Payne switches on to him. A 3-pointer from Sparrow, and it drops down. How did he get that one to drop from the right wing? Sparrow's first 3 points of the season. Terps up 36-23. Mills, he's got a game-high 11. Passed it over to Coit. Left wing 3-pointer to try and match. No. Rebound goes to Taj Thweet and the Eagles. Thweet takes it up himself. Now a pass over to Perkins. Perkins points with his left hand, calling out the play in front of Maryland's Isaiah Watts. Watts switches over to Thweet now. He hands it back off into the hands of Perkins. Maybe a double dribble. Instead, a pass inside with a layup good by Tay Hall. Maryland 36, Coppin State 25.
And we've seen the Eagles have been trying to go right under the net. That's been a strategy they've been looking for all game. And right there, they finally find it for the first time.
Bounce pass to Pharrell Payne on the left block. He dunks it home again. His second dunk, second made field goal in this game. Up to 6 points, and his Terps up to 38-25. Hassan Perkins, 5 feet away from the top of the key. Stares down Diggy Coit. Now works on the right side. Switch over to Sparrow. Coit gets onto him. He's on him like glue, and it's passed over to Hall. Hall with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Puts up a layup with the right hand. An acrobatic finish is good for Hall. 38-27 Maryland. Terps look to slow things down as Williams sits silently on the bench. Buzz watching his team pass it around. Coit, top of the key 3-pointer. It drops. Diggy's first 3. He's up to 7 points. Maryland up to a 41-27 lead. Terps 7 of 14 from 3-point land. That's doubling the shot attempts that Coppin State has on a 4 of 7 day for the Eagles. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Maryland up 41-27. Perkins passes left side with Hall. Over at the right with Thweet. Now a pass to Sparrow. Under the basket, right to Koenig, and it's good. Nothing Diggy Coit could do with that defensively. Cuts the deficit to 11 with 2.5 to play in the first half.
And earlier when we saw Coppin State struggling to feed it to Koenig, under the net. They're now finding success in that area. That's why they're chipping away ever so slightly at this deficit they face. Only down by 12 now.
With the use it or lose it timeout, Maryland will call it with 2 minutes, 21 seconds left to go until halftime. Coppin State Eagles have made 4 of its last 4 field goals, still trail by 11. Maryland up 41-29 when we come back on the other side of this break, here from Baltimore and on WMUC Sports. Back here in Baltimore at CFG Bank Arena, Maryland in the 2025 basketball season opener. The men's up 41-29 over Coppin State. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the first half. Back alongside Adam Lipman and Jackson Wantman doing our sideline reporting. I'm Ryan Martin. And Adam, a nice little tribute to Basketball Hall of Famer and 2002 champion Gary Williams here at the Hall of Fame series in Baltimore.
I mean, that's what this event is all about, and hopefully he's enjoying tonight's basketball. And, you know, there's a good crowd here tonight, Ryan, and there were concerns about, late attendance, and people really showed up, especially Maryland fans.
Yeah, you mentioned these two Maryland teams between Coppin State, who's HBCU just up the road, playing at PEC Arena about 4 miles away. Meanwhile, from Maryland, up here in Baltimore, it's only about 25 miles away from College Park. Take a look at some of the stats so far. It's been a three-pointer that Maryland has had so much success with. 41 points for the Terps. 21 of them have come from three-point land, with Maryland being 7 of 14 from deep. That just wasn't the expectation for what Buzz Williams' teams would look like in this opening game.
Perhaps it was all a long con to try and mislead everybody. Maybe this will be the #1 three-point shooting team in the country or something. But Buzz Williams not trying to play things by the book, knowing this is a game that he can experiment with. He's trying to get the most out of his players. We're seeing, even after Maryland sink three-pointers, he's coaching them hard like they're down by 10. The intensity is there, and that's what Maryland need to see in a real big transitional year for the program.
Yeah, and out of those 7 made three-pointers, 3 of them have been by Andre Mills. He's up to a game-high 11 points. And taking the majority of those shots from the backcourt. That was intentional for Buzz Williams, who said to his midweek availability that they were looking to get guards who can shoot the ball and shoot it often, thinking that's where college basketball is going. You get guards who can shoot and pieces in the front court who can rebound. That's what Maryland's roster creation looks like with 15 new players. Terps to inbound after calling the timeout. It's with Darius Adams passing over to Diggy Coit. Maryland up 41-29, final 2 minutes of the first half. The freshman Darius Adams, the 5-star, crosses over, takes the screen from Saunders. Now works down the right wing. His right-handed layup drops down. Gets it. Even with the contact from Taj Thweet, Maryland up 43-29. From coast to coast goes Coppin State. And there's going to be a blocking foul against Maryland on the other side.
And the Eagles had a manpower advantage. Adams was slow to get up after dropping one in, and that was a prime opportunity that adds on to a list that they've missed out on tonight.
Yep. As you heard there, a foul goes on Pharrell Payne for his second of the game. He'll check out, maybe his second or third time only checking out of this game. And we know Buzz Williams wants to keep him on the court. Payne barely gets his second to sit down. But here's Tay Hall, senior forward out of Atlanta. He hit the free throw line for the first time today. Does have 6 points. His first free throw in the 1-on-1 is no good. Rebound goes to Isaiah Watts. Passes over to Diggy Coit. Colin Metcalf, the center, comes in place of Pharrell Payne. He's been the first front court member off the bench. Coit on the right wing. Isaiah Watts, the three-pointer is up in the air. It's off the back of the rim. Up for a second. Rebound goes to Darius Adams. The freshman puts up a second chance opportunity that doesn't fall, but the foul will go against Coppin State.
And Quite a dejected Tyler Koenig there, knowing that his team just trying to desperately find a stop that has eluded them almost all game.
Tay Hall, who just shot the free throws, now sends Maryland to the line with free throws after his first foul of the game. 5th team foul against Coppin State. Maryland has 18 fouls to put Coppin State in the bonus. First free throw by Darius Adams on this trip is good. Moves to 3 of 3 from the line, puts Maryland up 44-29 with just over 90 seconds to go in the first half. Adams is great from the free throw line in the exhibition against UMBC, as he'll miss the second one here in that win over the Retrievers. Adams went 11 of 13 from the line. Makes 1 of 2. Maryland up 44-29 still. Rebound goes to Coppin State, and it's with Perkins. Down the right wing, takes the screen, puts it off the glass, and it touches the rim and drops down. Perkins has his first 2 points of the season. Still Maryland 44, Coppin State 31. Final 75 seconds to play in the first half with Isaiah Watts. Swung around to the left side with Darius Adams. Now moves to the right side. Back up top to Diggy Coit. Thinks about top of the key 3. Instead of pass inside, left block, missed layup by Colin Metcalf. Rebound goes to 3 in Coppin State. Perkins on the left side. Dribble handoff to Thweet. He puts a layup up with his right hand. It doesn't drop, but another foul goes against the Terps.
Maryland foul charge to number 45, Colin Metcalf.
Thweet holding his right leg there. Some tough contact against Colin Metcalf, who is one of the best blockers in college ball, and someone that Buzz Williams will be hoping to activate and see what he's got today.
Transfer from Northeastern, and Metcalf picks up his first foul. Thweet makes his first one from the line. Metcalf, you mentioned, an all-CAA defensive team selection a year ago at Northeastern. And they'll transfer him out. Here's a first look that we'll see from Maryland this season. Metcalf goes to the bench with Pharrell Payne still there. So as Thweet gets ready for his second free throw. Your 5 on the court for Maryland, Reed Coit, Adams, Alex Olson checking into the game with Isaiah Watts and Elijah Saunders. Thweet makes 2 of 2. Coppin State still down by 12 in the final minute of the first half. Adams, left side with Isaiah Watts. Maryland's led by as much as 16 in this first half. Coit, right wing with Adams, back up top to Olsen. He thinks about a shot, instead pass to Diggy Coit. His left wing three-pointer drops down. Another 3 for Diggy Coit. Maryland up to 47-32.
And again, Ryan, that's another moment where Maryland are just able to execute the pass game on the line so well, and they're able to create looks and find ones they like, and that's a benefit of tonight. It's almost like an exhibition game with how they're shooting from 3.
Shot clock just 4 seconds ahead of the game clock. Shot from Hall, no good. Rebound goes to Maryland. Shot clock turns off with 8 seconds to go in the first half, and Maryland up by 15. Coit, top of the key, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Diggy, left wing three-pointer is up, and it's off the front of the rim. The first half buzzer sounds, but Maryland comfortably ahead, 47-32, finding its way, and a lot of the shots falling, including 8 three-pointers in that first half for Maryland.
The Terps look like they're in full command, and we'll see how they can add on in the second half. Maryland looking sharp here in Baltimore at CFG Bank Arena. A really exciting matchup, Ryan.
It's been good so far, Adam, at this neutral site location back in Baltimore. We're just across the street from Camden Yards, where Maryland up by 15 over Coppin State. 47-32, Terps at halftime. Adam Lipman will have the play-by-play for you in the second half, and in about 10 minutes, it'll be our sideline reporter, Jackson Wantman, with a sideline report for a Maryland team that's up by 15, and I'll talk to you in just a moment on WMUC Sports.